As a fisherman, one does not often get to fish new venues. It's the excitement of the unknown. You can ask other fishermen what the venue is like and they can tell you, but you can never truly experience it until you've been there. Till you've set foot on the bank and looked over the vast expanse of this water and seen for yourself what is before you. Fishing a dam for the first time is something you can only ever experience once. And it's that lack of experience at that venue which often results in a blank. If you expect to catch on your first session, you are being unrealistic, because more often than not, you will blank. But this session was slightly different. This session was something special. Today's session I was joined by Wesley Francis, the Mr. Bait Boatman. He sells some of the best bait boats in the world.
So, we landed this beauty here, right against the dam wall, and I was in two minds as to if I should pull that rig or not. And as Murphy would have it, it ran. Got this beauty.
Wesley's experience of the venue just showed. He knew exactly where to put the rigs, what bait to use, and how to get these 9-kilo buttes out of the water. In today's session we're using the Camo 360, what is arguably one of the best bait boats in the entire world. Before you knew it, Wesley was on to another fish. We're actually here filming the review of the Deeper range extender, so if you haven't seen that yet, please click the link in the description. So we've got a bit of a short session that I'm doing with Wesley while we're doing this review, and Wesley's got something to show you. Did you get him? What?
You wrapped around a tree trunk there.
Oh no!
There's a stump in the water that's lying.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's happened.
But Wesley caught one fish and not two. He's just gotten back from the second one. So, I'll skis. Before we get into the something special of the session, Wesley caught another fish that night. It was about a 5 or 6 kilo fish. But then at 12 o'clock at night, it happened.
How's that for a wonderful fish? How is that? 16 kilos on the dot, which makes it a PB for me, fishing with Wesley from Carp Haven. I'm going to take you through the rigs, the spot, and everything I did to catch this wonderful fish. Isn't that exciting? What a beautiful, beautiful fish. I would normally show you this wonderful fish in the day, but there's rules here to not sack, so I will not sack this lovely fish. I will put her back immediately so that the otters don't get her. So let's put this wonderful fish back. I'm so chuffed. Woohoo! So thank you, you big beautiful fish, for giving me such a wonderful memory. Man, we used the Camo 360 bait boat. It dropped the rig off perfectly. We were using an underwater camera, and we checked on the rig later, and it was set absolutely perfectly. A little mound of bait with the rig popped up to perfection. Like, you know, when you throw things out, you throw your lines out and stuff like that, and you picture it going out perfectly, but you know it most likely isn't like that. But then when we saw it, it looked absolutely perfect. So when things happen to perfection, the big girls come and visit. So, thank you, you beautiful fish. There you go, almost there. Let's just uncover your face. There you go. Goodbye. Good morning! It's the morning after the biggest fish of my life, the biggest carp of my life, a common fish at Carp Haven. So let's show you exactly what I used to catch that fish so that you can use the same stuff. Right, all right. Okay, so Carp Haven, this is the first time I'm ever fishing Carp Haven. So when you're fishing a new venue, you don't know what to expect. So what I do when I fish a new venue is I use a helicopter rig. The helicopter rig is the most versatile lead setup that you can do. The main reason is if you're fishing on silt or weed or hard bottom, it can work. Especially fishing the rig I'm fishing right now. So I put a helicopter setup on both my rods, and then at the bottom I've got one of those Gardner little safety clips. So basically how the safety clip works is that your lead, if it gets snagged up, the safety clip breaks and then it lets the lead go, and then your fish can come out of the weeds. Okay, so from the bottom, starting from the bottom, now we're here. We start off with a 3-ounce lead that goes to the Gardner safety clip, and then a bead. Then we go to our little quick swivel, so a quick chain swivel, and then we've got the business end. It is this, the old school, wonderful, semi-stiff hinge rig. Now it is a fantastic rig. It is a big fish rig. It's the predecessor to the runny rig or the spinner rig. It's a fantastic way of presenting pretty much anywhere. So you've got the helicopter rig that'll land over stuff and it won't pull your rig into the silt. And then when you've got a pop-up that presents just off of the bottom of the lake bed, you allow yourself to be slightly above any soft silt and stuff like that, so you know your hook bait is going to be presented. So I've got 2 sections to this rig. The first section is a braided section. I've got a semi-stiff coated braid on there with a small anti-tangle sleeve. I've kept it about 12 centimeters, 15 centimeters. I want it to be short because the one downside of the helicopter rig is that it's you don't have a direct link to the lead. You've got to slide your swivel up and down and until it hits a bead, then only do you have a direct contact with your lead, which helps in the hooking system, which helps in the bolt rig hooking system. So I keep my hook links very short when I'm fishing a helicopter rig. And then I've got the stiff section, which is made of I think it's the quarter, I'm not sure what it is, you'll see it right here. And that makes my little section to the hook. And what you got to do with this section, you've always got to remember, you've got to steam it beforehand or train it beforehand or do whatever, but it has to bend like this. It has to have a curve, because that curve is what allows the whole rig to turn and get into your carp's mouth. Underneath that, I've got a little split shot just to keep it, make sure it's pinned to the bottom, so that the long hook link section is pinned to the bottom, and all you see is this sticking out. Then above that, I have got a wonderful hook bait. It's my favorite hook bait. The color yellow, Wesley caught his fish on as well. So it is a Solar Pineapple Plus. It's a little pop-up, I think it's 16 mil. They are a fantastic bait. And I've coated that with a very, very sweet substance. So if you lick them, they're very, very sweet, and it's like a lingering sweetness. So the carp obviously came there, smelt a wonderful pop-up, but then tasted it and then couldn't resist. And then what I've done inside is I've drilled out a little section. For my PB, I had a little piece of cork, but for the sake of doing it at 12 o'clock at night, I have a little piece of foam in there now. And that's the rig that did the business. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all your support. If you guys want to support Topp Fishing, you can check out my Patreon page and the link in the description. If you want to get a discount on Deeper products, there's also a link in the description with a code there. If you want 10% discount on CMF Carp gear, so it's like Nash, Solar, Witchwood, NGT, and a whole lot of other brands, go to cmfcarp.co.za and use the discount code in there. And then also, If you want to see the best bait boat in the world, make sure to check out carpediemonline.co.za. So we've had a fantastic session and yeah, an unexpected victory. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time, tight lines, guys. So what's supposed to happen is you're supposed to get a bucket when you get a bucket over your head when you catch a PB. But I got away with it this time. Woo! Thanks, Wes. It's freezing.